Good evening and welcome to your NPL New South Wales men's first clash. Rockdale City Suns versus APIA Leichhardt Tigers straight away, and a chance for APIA past the post. How do you like that in your opening seconds? No surprises who it is either. Chris Payne causing problems from the opening 10 seconds. How about we get back to our preview in just a moment? APIA corner swung in towards that near post, well headed away. Back in from Diaz. Well found, really. APIA will bring it back for some possession. Initial attack straight off the kickoff. Make sure you've taken your seats. Simmons still going. Runs into a bit of traffic. Petkovski's there to tidy up. Bit of an up and under from Bratisevic. Another header on from Fegan. Now perhaps we are able to settle. Egger trying to go down the line. Foul not called on El Hafian. Throw into Diaz. Bit of a shove in the back of Mikkel Hatton. Play refuses to slow down. APIA into the box. A little bit of shoulder-on-shoulder contact, really. Ball spread to this right-hand side. Comes back for Shanak. Really has been excellent in recent weeks. Central midfielder. Really starting to impose on games as we get to such a crucial part of the season. Lovely footwork. El Hafian trying to release Jordan Fegan. We might now finally go back to that little preview. Welcome. If you've missed the opening seconds, Chris Payne chance well saved in the end by Bratisevic. Means the scores are still level. Really, that start indicative of what we have here this afternoon at Illendon Sports Centre. APIA in second place, not giving up on the title. Rockdale just outside the top 5 on goal difference. Not that these two sides need any reason to get up for this fixture. Of course, two very storied clubs here in NPL New South Wales. Last time they met in round 4, it was a 4-0 win to APIA Leichhardt. Fegan holding it up well. Return ball cut out by Galimi. Now Josh Simmons to his brother Sean. Out to the left back in Kuta. Bit of holding onto the jersey. Experienced defending, really, from Sasha Mikura. Expect the ball to skid off this service. We're expecting heavy rain, if not thunderstorms, later on. We've just come off a very fresh shower. Might notice some of the players wet from the warm-up. El Hafian going down under a little bit of contact. Referee waves play on. Petrillo tidies up initially. And the long ball's looking for Payne. Collides with Bratisevic, but no harm done. What a start we've had to this game. Egger playing at left back. Passed it inside to El Hafian, who you'll notice, while playing as an attacking midfielder, more than happy to drop deep, get the play started for his side. Back Rockdale go to Petkovski, their captain. Tries to launch the big diagonal. He's unable to find Lecce, who's starting again. Just a few changes made for the home side. They suffered a 2-0 defeat to Mount Druitt last weekend. Both those goals scored in the first half. Rockdale with a few chances, unable to capitalise. Meanwhile, APIA, if you missed that game last week, you missed out. Going down to 10 men so early. Sydney United not able to take advantage. APIA scoring, holding on to their victory. Chris Payne, the goal scorer on that occasion, adding to his tally. APIA stealing all 3 points. Keeping them just in touching distance with the league leaders, Wollongong Wolves. Chino. You know the past between these two sides. You have the context. Which way will it play out? Might be a cliche. It's a cliche because it's true. Both sides needing these 3 points. Rockdale with a win, and based on other results, could go all the way up into third position. APIA unable to go up or down. But I dare say a Wollongong Wolves win this evening and an APIA loss or even draw might just be enough for the Wolves to claim their title. The last time these two sides met, that 4-0 drubbing that we mentioned, was the last game for manager Paul Reid, who's been such a massive influence on this club. What is still being called interim coach, Nick Parecka, stepping in. Hasn't he done a fine job to stabilise the ship? Rain holding off for now, but I have no doubt at some point this evening we'll be back to those earlier thunderstorms. Jurasevsky's just on this near touchline in front of me, begging for the big diagonal. It doesn't come. Petkovsky gets it away. Now Jurasevsky gets his touch. Unfortunately for him, it's drilled straight into the referee. Home crowd don't like that one bit. Sean Simmons. Parisi. Ball doesn't find the target. Radosevic able to claim this one. Lee Egger doesn't like what he sees down the line. Thankfully now, for me at least, this game has slowed down just a little bit after that frenetic beginning, you have to say. Right from the kickoff, Chris Payne with the opportunity. Now both sides trying to link up their passes. That one just over the head of Figon. Shanak tries to burst through. Can't release Lecce. Parisi finds Payne. Petkovsky right on him. Here's Figon. He's got Jurasevsky to his left. Decides not to release him. Goes instead to the right-hand side. Now the dink ball. Jurasevsky falling over. Took a deflection. It will be a corner kick. Jurasevsky, after winning that corner, comes over to take it himself, of course. As with most teams in this competition, loving the in-swinging delivery. Neshevsky swallows it up on that occasion. Well released. Down this left-hand side. Cut back, unable to find Mikkel Hatton. Petkovsky exactly where he needed to be. Such an ominous figure, Daniel Petkovsky. Mikura spreading it to this right-hand side. Opening 10 minutes of this clash. Flying on by. Bixo. Holding it up well. Waiting for the pass. Chris Payne happy to lay this off. Good bit of pressure that really from Rockdale. And El Hafian again winning the ball. Mikura. Down the left to Lecce. Mikura gets it back. Urge to shoot. Straight into a body. Bixo able to take the scraps. Good pressure from Mikura. Is a foul, but the home crowd won't mind that one bit. Have to be some of the most passionate fans in this competition. Demand 100% effort from their side from start to finish. Let me tell you, it's no different when the junior teams are playing. Already been some terrific football in the rain this afternoon. Now it's the main event. APIA disciplined, holding their shape in defence. Haven't had a lot of the football so far. This one does find Chris Payne. Payne has Bixo in the middle. Instead tries to hold it up, but good defending once more. After that blistering start, things have settled down considerably. Rockdale dominating possession, APIA just trying to hold their shape. Both sides really mirroring each other's systems, variants of the 4-2-3-1. Often leads to teams cancelling one another out. Maybe it suits Rockdale a little bit more in that regard. I've gone on record as saying they're the best counter-attacking team in the competition. Some potentially rightly saying it's Wollongong Wolves. Having seen quite a few Wolves games, I'd say they dominate possession a little bit more. And the other team in red, whatever way you slice it, brilliant in transition. And that's a wonderful tackle. Lee Egger down this left-hand side. Contact comes in from Bixo. Yellow card is the call. As we are relatively early in the game, it's likely just going to be a warning. El Hafian coming over to make the point. The crowd are politely trying to put forward. Dare I say, that's Bixo's final warning. Do have to say the refereeing this season has been consistent, if nothing else. That's all you can ask from your officials. Jurasevsky into a good area, over the top of a few. All the way back we go to Savor. Looking for the big body of Fegan. Diaz with an arm in the back. Referee says play on. Lovely calm work from Parisi. Veteran midfielder in the team of the week last week for his man of the match effort. Coming forward was APIA before Petrillo says, I've seen enough of that. Sean Simmons going to ground. Bit of chat with the referee. I think he's had enough of that. APIA trying to link up. Searching for Parisi. He does win the ball. Also makes the foul. Once again, Alec Urasevsky in plenty of space on this near side. Rockdale's left. APIA happy to keep their defence nice and narrow. Rockdale good enough to find him. Do they even have that intention? David Bradisevich opting to go more the straight route. Good header onwards. Finds Bixo. APIA always very poised in midfield. Happy to take a touch and a turn before going forward. Shanak races over to put the pressure on, forcing an immediate turnover from that throw-in. Ball forward from Parisi into the area and then away, at least for the moment. Nicole Hatton has the ping from distance, always rising. Radisevich with the immediate restart, gets it back now. Petkovsky. Once again, this big diagonal. Decent weight to it. Foul on the goalkeeper given. Lecce getting there ahead of the keeper. The referee's eyes interfering. Don't believe it was an offside call. Lecce inquiring as well. Nashevsky will breathe a sigh of relief. Ball has been skidding on this greasy surface so far this evening. That one holding up a little bit. You'd want to be a goalkeeper. Mikura gets us underway in this attack. Immediately turned over. Michael Hatton. Bodies flying everywhere. Goodness me, Chino getting some serious air. Rockdale again. End up with the ball after the tussle. Lovely ball, Bradisevich. Ega does well, back to Petkovsky. Always happy to run it out from the back, Petkovsky. He's going to have to get back into his position. El Hafian's filling in for him for the moment. Shanak. Well cut out in midfield. Does find the target though. Little fortunate. Rockdale will take it. Egger. Looking for the 1-2. El Hafian doing well to keep it in play. Can't find a teammate. Back to Nashevsky we go. Tynan Diaz. Just wants to get it out of there. APIA unable to keep possession in the opening half of this half. It was a Herculean effort from them to get the 3 points with 10 men last week. Is there still a bit of tiredness in those legs? Jurasevsky has Egger on the overlap. Brilliant defending, you have to say. Tynan Diaz sticking to his task well. Petrillo holds it up. Don't mind that from Rockdale. If there is nothing going forward, you'll have to see him keeping possession. And they can pick their moment. Chanak, happy to go back to go forward. Gets it back now, Chanak. Fegan with the chest. He's eventually cleared away. Chanak keeps it in play quite well in the end. Now the big ball, Chris Payne, not getting anywhere near that. Bixo with a good early touch. His ball, however, not up to the same standard. Now Egger looking for Fegan, puts it out of play. Bixo into the area, through the hands of Bratasevic. That's where those greasy conditions going to be more difficult for the goalkeepers than anyone else. Got two hands to it, but straight through. Even if it doesn't rain again tonight, that moisture on this surface keep impacting the ball. That one skids off the turf nicely. Jurasevsky calmly back. Mikura. Back to Petkovsky. To Petrillo. Doing well to move it from side to side, Rockdale. As we mentioned, APIA have that narrow defence. Means there's space wide if they're good enough to find it. Petrillo with the big diagonal. Brilliantly done to Egger. He's trying to flick it forward and does eventually find. And now offside. Jurasevsky. Egger's first time pass finds the mark. It would have been all good. Slight miscontrol, meaning Alek Jurasevsky drifting into a just offside position. Not that this home crowd care for maybes. Brilliant work from Chanak to hold it up. Crowd again calling for the foul. Just good body-on-body contact as I see it. Bratasevic back up to Chanak. Well won in the end by Josh Simmons. Will be his free kick. Paul Galimi wanting to get things underway, does so now. Big leap and then a bit of a head clash it looks like. Player still on the ground. Referee does stop it with that head injury. Don't believe it was because of the altercation or the contact with the player, rather just the way that he landed. Hopefully everything's okay. Chance for all of us here to take a deep breath. If you are just joining us, scores do remain 0-0. Right off the kickoff, APIA Leichhardt bursting through their main man, Chris Payne. the end, well saved by David Pratasevic. Resultant few minutes, helter-skelter before we've settled down to this pattern. Rockdale, plenty of possession. Not a lot of quality entries into their box. Player down, I believe, is Nicholas Petrillo. Thankfully, looks good to carry on. Those ones can just take the wind out of you. Rockdale sportingly returning the ball to APIA, who did have it before the referee stopped play. Lovely ball down the left-hand side. Cross into the area. Deflected slightly. APIA corner kick. Chino races over to take the delivery. Similarly matched in terms of height, these two sides. It's the lofted ball to the back stick. Agricultural from Rockdale to get it clear. Dynan Diaz. Chris Payne. Double marked as he has been all evening. Now Fegan racing out. This time that ball does skid on. Rain always doing funny things on these synthetic surfaces. Some areas of the pitch that received most of the rain, making that ball hold up. Some of them with just a little bit of rain, or rather skidding straight on, as we saw Jurasevsky certainly thought he was a chance. Only a few feet deeper into the area. We saw that ball held up when Lecce was trying to get onto it. All in all, it's a difficult night for the goalkeepers. Payne and Petkovsky having a little bit of a chat. Referee coming over saying, try and cut that out, lads. Rockdale did win the foul. Dare say if it wasn't for one Thomas James, we'd probably be talking about Chris Payne a lot more this season. Got that lovely mix of poaching ability and creativity to set himself up for some belters. Feels like he's been on the highlights reel every second week. Of course, you can go to the NPL New South Wales Facebook and YouTube pages for any and all of your highlights and full match replays. Fegan. Well met by Josh Simmons. After that mad beginning, this is a bit more perhaps what we expected tonight. Slightly tricky conditions. Two sides scrapping for their objectives. If that's APIA, it's fighting for the title. If it's Rockdale, trying to secure finals football. Really is a packed middle of the table. 1 point separating third from sixth. Sydney Olympic only a win behind. Egger doing very well to keep that in play. Found Lecce. Rockdale get the advantage. Now Hafian really is playing quite deep tonight. Trying to be that deep-lying playmaker. Leave the hard tackling, dare I say, to Sasha Mikura, who wins that ball then. Ball down the line to Achino. He's still going. Low driven into the area. Well done. Bratasevic reads the flight of the ball, doesn't worry about the players. Gets it clear of his area. Kuta doing well to keep it in play for APIA. Here's El Hafian. Lovely, delicate touch to send it wide. Lecce looking for support. Holds it up well, and then a little drag down. Referee hasn't seen it. Of all the contentious decisions tonight, that one looked the more obvious. Referee potentially not able to see the angle where there was the hand on the jersey, tugging Lecce down. We move on. That one will be called. Home crowd enjoy that. El Hafian dragged down by Parisi. Professional challenge from the APIA man. Has been quite a controlled first half for Rockdale. Mentioned the dynamism in attack. We know Petkovski loves a run out from centre back. They're really trying to keep their shape tonight. Dinked ball into the area. Figon flicks it back. The shot on goal straight in the defender. Extremely well done. You have to say good defending in the end, but a little bit of one-touch link up from Rockdale to create some magic. There is your blueprint going forward. Keep it nice and tight, nice and structured in defence. And then strike on the attack! Rockdale City Suns take the lead. Little dive on this wet turf here at Illingdon Sports Centre.
Goal to the Rockdale City Suns by number 7, Alec Jurasevsky.
They certainly believe that finals football is a real possibility here this season. Alec Jurasevsky on his favoured left foot bends it into the far post. Delightful play. Now, how will APIA Leichhardt respond? Not had a lot of possession to speak of in this opening half hour. A little bit of a tussle off the ball once more. Payne going to ground, I believe, an altercation with Petkovski. As the lineswoman seen something, we've seen Payne trying to do this a few times, not just this season, but tonight. Get into a bit of a tussle with the centre backs. Get them fired up. Referee going over to his fellow official, who would have had a perfect view of what happened. Petkovski signalled over. Believe it's just a yellow card. Very hard to see past there. Petkovski protesting. I'd probably recommend, good sir, that you head on back before you get a second added. Could be wrong. I believe it is Petkovski who has been booked. He has been the furthest away from the referee during all of this. Chris Payne going to ground. You at home probably have the best angle. Feel free to watch your replay. We only get to see it once here at the ground. Of course, trying to follow the ball. But in back play, Chris Payne going to ground. Yellow card issued, I believe, to the captain, Daniel Petkovski. We'll try and clarify that for you. Goodness gracious me. What it all means is a free kick in a decent position for Payne, and APIA tries to go around the wall. Not enough on it. Seen all the way by David Bratasevic. Chris Payne isn't going to leave here tonight with too many friends. Really is moments like that that can turn a game. Rockdale dominating this contest. Well, apologies, APIA fans, if it's not what you want to hear, but got to call it like I see it. Feels like there's a bit of tiredness in the legs from that incredible 10-man effort last week. A little bit of niggle. Red card possibility. These are the type of things can change the game. Lovely ball down the line. Bixo unable to keep it in play. Tynan Diaz hasn't got time for any of these little altercations. Straight down to business, releasing a very pleasant looking ball down the right-hand side. Down in this far right-hand corner. Can see a lot more rain still on this surface. Galimi diving and getting the ball out of play. Ian Shanak shake hands. Good to see a bit of sportsmanship there in the middle, bit of brotherly love from the opposing teammates. That's what we like about NPL New South Wales. Good tough football. Good camaraderie. Great defending, Al-Hafian. Launches himself at the clearance. Scuffs it a little bit, but he has his teammates to help him out. Mature defending. Mikura under pressure from Machino. Holds on to the football. Petrillo, who looks absolutely fine after his earlier head clash. Long searching ball forward. Shanak unable to get there ahead of Galimi. Lands a little awkwardly. Back to his feet now. So far, those Rockdale fans that have made their way to Illingdon Sports Centre rewarded with a lead. 1-0 as we get towards the end of the first half. Can Rockdale add a second? Ball inside. Finds Fegan. Nishevsky doing extremely well. Punches it away. Then does take a little bit of Fegan. Was incidental. Got two hands to the ball to punch it. Fegan fully committed. Going to require some medical attention too. Ivan Nesevsky trying to defend himself somewhat, explaining his intentions. Alec Jurasevsky is the goal scorer of the evening so far. He started on the left-hand side. Wasn't getting any of the football. Had a little look up at Nick Pareka. Got his wish to switch to the right-hand side. After some lovely one-touch play, was his left-footed finish. Got his side into the lead. There it has remained, and there he has remained. We've spoken previously about the dynamism of this Rockdale front four. More than happy interchange positions. That is the benefit of having, for lack of a better expression, utility players. Don't just want to be typecasted into a striking role. If it's not working for you, you can find yourself with a more favourable matchup elsewhere on the pitch. Fegan is the target man. Jurasevsky on this right-hand side. Working well thus far. El Hafian, a late run into the area. He is found. And we go again. 5 minutes or so of regular time remaining in the first half. Mature work from Parisi. Man of the match from last week. Been a little quieter here tonight, but in fairness, he's met some firm defending from the home side. Pacino. To Tynan Diaz, who immediately sets down the line, but is ignored. Sam Michael-Hatton wants the return pass. Eventually found. APIA stringing together as many passes as they have all evening. Cross to the area. Bratasevic again missing it, and then blocked. And then into the player on the ground. A third effort away. The fourth eventually in. Calamity at the back for Rockdale. The man on the ground actually making the stop. But the ball kept finding itself back way to the away side. They would not be denied. They say persistence pays off.
A goal to the APIA Leichhardt Tigers by number 16, Sean Simmons. Rockdale City Suns 1, APIA Leichhardt 1.
That indeed is the case here. Sean Simmons eventually grabbing the equaliser. Man on the ground still for Rockdale. Fell awkwardly after the initial challenge. Dare I say a ball into an area you never want to see it was the reason he was unable to get up again. Then had the indignity of it being belted back into him. Then a block by another defender before it fell to Sean Simmons, who right before half-time gets the equalising goal. APIA back in this clash. Brilliant work by a spectator here, pointing out that a APIA player was in the attacking circle, referee, making sure he politely exits. APIA again on the break. Payne trying to get it onto his right foot, well defended though. Full-blown commitment from Paul Galimi. APIA full of running as we finish off this half. Run out wide by Diaz. Into a decent area. Header back into the APIA attacker means it will be a goal kick. Would it be too harsh of me to say that the goal all came from David Bratasevic's missed grab of the football? Extremely difficult for keepers, as we've mentioned on several occasions, in these conditions. Yeah, Nishevsky at one end, punching it clear. Bratasevic, once again with two hands on it, unable to hold on. What are you meant to do if you're a goalkeeper in that situation? Change your gloves, perhaps. Egger. Ball inside, doesn't find the target. Now there's space. Parisi down the right. Dribbles back inside to beat Egger. El Hafian, though, full commitment and the ball from the number 12. Ball does not find Fegan. Chino
The fourth official has indicated
to Josh
there will be
Emmons.
a minimum of 4 minutes additional play in the first half.
So I'm sure you've picked up by the ground announcer. 4 minutes of stoppage time to play. It's been a few fouls, a few goals. Good challenge from Diaz. Leaves a little bit on Lecce. Lecce gets straight back up. Going to be the long throw as we get towards the end of this first half. It's not particularly long in the end. Egger losing the ball. Parisi is calm as ever. And good footwork from Sean Simmons. He finds Payne on the overlap. Michael Hatton sent a little bit wide. Back to Payne! Ball taking a few touches before going straight up in the air. Payne going to ground after diving in. He wants the ball again. It's going to be too deep. Good defending from Rockdale, who need to be alert. First half not quite over yet. Bit of a turnover. Unable to get it away, Rockdale. Payne trying to twist his way out of trouble, unable to do so. Rockdale will eventually get it clear. El Hafian down the line to Fegan, whose hold-up play exceptional to beat two players and the third. Then dragged to ground eventually. Exceptional work, Jordan Fegan. Quite rightly, we'll hop up and look at the referee, wondering what more he has to do. Does get the free kick. Petkovsky. Mikura to Petrillo. Lot for Shanak to do. And Jurasevsky. Lovely little footwork. Michael Hatton. Small in stature. Low centre of gravity, really helping him to use some clever footwork. Get past his defenders on a few occasions, but APIA not enjoying the position they've had. Not last week, mind you, but in a few nights before that. Really seek out to dominate a game. Rockdale not letting them do so. Paul Galimi. Over to Tynan Diaz. Down the line to Bixo. Bixo seen all the way. Here is Michael Hatton. Little scoop ball before he's pushed over. That will be that for the first stanza. A few high fives exchanged between opponents. You like to see it. A big contest being fought here. It was a Jurasevsky goal on 30th minute.
The under-18s was a 6-0 victory to the Rockdale City Suns.
Before Simmons, Sean Simmons, equalised for APIA after some back and forth in the area to make it 1-1. That is where the scoreline remains. We'll see you shortly for the second period. Welcome back to your Sunday evening NPL New South Wales clash between Rockdale City Suns and APIA Leichhardt Tigers. If the start of the second half is anything like the first, make sure you're paying attention from the get-go. Ball inside, Yurachevsky trying to get there, unable to do so. Instantly on the break though. APIA through on goal, well saved, Bratasevic gets down well.
Substitution half time for APIA coming off number 8, Corey Bizzo, replaced by number 19, Dom Nazrabadi.
Chris Payne, just like he did in the first half, running through on goal, only to be denied by Bratasevic. Just confirming that substitution for you. Dom Nazrabadi on, Corey Bizzo off for APIA Leichhardt. It's a well-weighted pass from Parisi. Ball down the line. Kuta inside to Parisi. Lovely ball outside. Sean Simmons to Payne. Parisi trying to go past his man. Can't get the dink pass to go. Petkovsky in the way. Josh Simmons. Committed defending. Michael Hatton talked about how slight of build he is. Getting out-muscled there. Good build-up play, Fegan. Janak wide. Savor. Right back earlier. Thought he might have got a free kick. He's happy to go back. Not happy with his options forward. Not in the slightest. Bratasevic still looking a little nervy. To give him credit, he made the save to deny Payne on both occasions, the start of the first and second half. That ball slipping out from his grasp every single time. Decides to give the ball boys a bit of warming up to do, taking no risks. APIA. Lovely touch, Parisi. Michael Hatton unable to run onto it. Nazrabadi going down, winning the foul for his side. Swung into the back post. Bratasevic spills it really of a different kind. The shot on goal from Kuta. Bratasevic unhappy with the positioning of the APIA attackers. Goodness me, it's all happening. You really cannot look away from this clash for a moment. After it slipped from his hands and then into his chest, which definitely seems the go in these conditions. Dare I say, Aussie rule style, make a chest mark of it. He went to release the ball. Interception, more or less, by an APIA player. The shot on goal from Kuta, well wide. And now at the other end. As we've seen a bit tonight, the coming together of players. Josh Simmons trying to make a point of the contact. Big smile on Shanak's face. He doesn't seem to think there was much of it. Yurachevsky similarly. And a few more smiles and laughs. Hopefully we move on Chino, the man who went to ground, he's up and laughing. Was it Chino? In fact, it may well have been Kuta himself. Chino, just the one having the bigger chat. We move on. Kuta back on the field. All is hunky-dory. That ball holding up in the breeze just a little. I wouldn't say it's a ferocious breeze, but enough to maybe impact upon the play in this second half. Bredisajevic does well with his clearance, but once again you'll notice holding up slightly in the air. Sean Simmons looking for the 1-2. Payne unable to provide it, does play it back to Achino. El-Hafian using his body extremely well. Chanak unable to find his pass with his left foot. Galimi joined Parisi in that man of the match, or rather team of the week squad for last round. Round 16 of the 22, things are getting tight. They're tight on the ladder, they're tight on the pitch. Lots of niggle, not a lot of open, free-flowing football this evening. As it stands, APIA up to 29 points, not really getting much closer to Wollongong. Rockdale, a point lifts them into the top 5, albeit momentarily, dependent on those other results this evening. How great is it having all your NPL New South Wales football live streamed? You can watch every minute. Watching from home, you don't have to battle the smell of the Chavapi coming through from halftime. Patrick Savour, this time turning it over. Parisi, not a lot of support. Does find Mikkel Hatton. Bit of Matt Mackay about Mikkel Hatton. Maybe it's the tuck shirt. Josh Simmons, not pressured whatsoever. Tries the delicate over-the-top through ball. Not to be. Sheepishly jogging back to his mark. Wonderful challenge from Diaz. Unable to win the football. Lecce even stronger. Now there's a bit of an overlap. Jurasevski wants that left foot. On his left foot. Tries a little dink through ball. Only finds a defender. Figon hasn't given up on it. Does not make the contact required. Nesiewski falls down gratefully. Hold on to that football. Petrillo underneath that. El-Hafian. Exceptional work to keep it from going in for a throw-in. Kuta to Parisi. To Simmons. Back to Parisi. That wind really picking up now. Mikkel Hatton. Turns the ball over. Maybe things will start to open up as this half progresses. Jurasevski. Happy to go back to Savour, who in turn goes back to Bredisajevic. That's a very good example of what that wind is doing. Chanak thought he was underneath it. Eventually, with the accidental handball, the miscontrol. This ball's spread all the way out to Diaz. Nasrabadi. Read best by Petkovski. Just look at that ball. Jurasevski searching for Chanak, not on the same level. Now Parisi into the area. Darting away, Parisi into the back of the net for APIA Leichhardt, who take the lead early on in this second half. Lovely little step. Franco Parisi onto his right foot. He was your man of the match last week. He's putting in a shift again tonight to give the away team the lead. It's 2-1. Rockdale dominated the opening 40 minutes of this game. They did get one goal for their persistence. And Sean Simmons striking back before the half to make it 1-1. Now APIA, despite having, dare I say, no more than 40% possession, find themselves in the lead. That's what quality at one end of the pitch can provide. And here is Chris Payne darting through. Well defended Petkovsky. Mikkel Hatton finds it back to Payne. Comes off the right-hand side of his boot. Out for a goal kick. Goodness me, that could have been 3. Just like that. The second goal wasn't enough of a warning for the home side. They've just had another. Credit to APIA Leichhardt, who must have had a bit of a spray perhaps from Sean Kalea. Whatever the words that were spoken, they've been effective. They've come out full of running, and they do have the breeze at their backs in the second stanza. What a beautiful bit of work it was from Franco Parisi. Shifted it onto his right foot to get past the defender. And then a delightful finish into the roof of the net. Great defending, meanwhile, from Savoy, back down the line. Bacino wants it back. Josh Simmons looking elsewhere. Savoy, bit of a shove in the back, gives away the foul. Ting ball back across, well handled by Petrillo. Watched it all the way. They go down the line, searching for Fegan, finds him. El Hafian, clever touch back. Cura dancing forward. Ball into the area. Shepherded out of play extremely well. Will be a goal kick for APIA. I guess we can talk about possession stats or passing percentage or the like all you want. At the end of the day, there's only one part of the statistics that matter. That's where APIA have the dominance in this game. This ball over the top, looking for Jurasevsky, takes a touch. Slides into the area with contact from Josh Simmons, who in the end did well enough defensively to not give away the foul or even concede the shot. Jurasevsky now coming over to take the corner kick. Can Rockdale hit back? Decent looking ball to the back stick. Unfortunately for the home side, that header not goal bound. No doubt Ivan Nashevsky will take his precious time with the restart. APIA almost out of nowhere have a 2-1 lead. Their first goal all about persistence. The second, moments of magic from Parisi. Rockdale, for all their hustle and bustle, haven't been able to find a second just yet. Good pressure. Ball finds its way to Mickelhatton. Look at the dancing feet. Mikura winning the ball, but there was an earlier foul committed by Fegan. That's what the referee was blowing for. Now Kuta into the area. Oh, just eluding Payne, who may have well been offside indeed. Linesman flagging as such. Rockdale, as you would expect, eager to get this back underway. Petrillo. Back to Bratisevic. Nice and calm. Out to Petkovski. Fegan now reading that ball in flight. Challenge deemed to be clean by the referee. APIA immediately on the counter-attack. Payne's willing runners on the middle. Goes towards the back stick. Savor is perfectly placed. Gets it out of play. Corner kick, APIA Leichhardt. That wind really picking up now. A few more layers being added by the fans in the stands. Can APIA add a third goal? Swung in very, very deep. Payne tries a cheeky first touch to bring it down, unable to do so. Goal kick, Rockdale. A substitution now made by the home side. Fegan making way. And on comes Nikola Teneski. Teneski.
Substitution for the Rockdale City Suns, number 45, Jordan Figon, being replaced by, let's give him a big welcome back to the Illidan Sports Centre, Nikola Teneski, number 10.
We'll let the ground announcer take that one. He's been at Manly this season, Teneski, of course, formerly of Rockdale. Wasn't happy with the lack of minutes he was getting at the side on the Northern Beaches. Right as that transfer window has closed, he's now back in the red and black. Gives Nick Pareka another attacking option. When he had been on the pitch, Teneski, he looked extremely dangerous. Now that his services are no longer required at Manly United, let's see what he can do back at home. Parisi. Very clever first touch. Mickelhatton, a little overexcited. Goes all the way out. Throw in right by the goal line. You can't doubt Fegan's effort this evening. He has given 100%, as you saw towards the end there, really starting to judge that flight of the ball in the stiff breeze. Teneski will be a bit more of a bursting through the line type option. Less hold-up play. More latching on to any through balls. Jurasevski. Looking for some runners. One of those is Teneski. Well won by Josh Simmons. Shanak, adjudged to have fouled Kuta. Applying pressure from behind. Kuta gets up a little gingerly. Been an incredibly well-fought game from both sides. Shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. Teneski, this is his first impact. He wants to take the shot. It's not far past that near post, and indeed it took a deflection. Corner kick, Rockdale. Nikola Teneski making immediate impact. Rockdale corner, flights it towards the back stick. The more that held up in the air, the more it looked like an APIA ball. Indeed, that's the way it went. Payne. No foul given. Payne with the finish. Savour is incensed. Chris Payne comes over and shushes the home crowd. I said he wasn't going to leave tonight with any friends.
Leichhardt Tigers by number 6, Chris Payne.
I don't think he cares. Payne with the finish, gets past his man, gets past Bratisevic, and that makes it 3-1 to APIA Leichhardt. I'll let you decide at home whether you believe it was a foul or not. Of course, we only get one look here. I'm happy not to make a judgment without seeing a replay. All we can do, of course, at the ground, go by the referee's decision. Rockdale now have a bit of a mountain to climb. Rockdale fans not happy. Late sliding challenge now. Shanak's going to get his yellow card. No doubt showing a bit of frustration. We say they're a passionate bunch here at Rockdale. You're going to hear the full force of that. Shanak joining his captain in the referee's notebook.
Go and get fucked there, you fucking dickhead! How much money did you get from me? Bitch, cutting material for you.
We do apologise for any of that language you're picking up at home. Not happy with these decisions. APIA again surging forward. Well done by Egger on the ground. Scoreboard has now been corrected. It was at 4-1, then 5-1. No, it's just the 3. Home fans a little more calm. Mind you, just a little. Can Rockdale respond on the pitch? Savour. Ball inside, well cleared. Mikura. Back out to Savour. The more Rockdale push forward, the more space there is for the likes of Payne to push into. Petrillo. Yeah, to Savour. Petrillo. Clever ball inside. Flick header from Jurasevski. Doesn't find the target. Another foul given. El Hafian did have his hands in the back of Mikkel Hatton. But of course, once a few 50-50s go against your side, you no longer see them that way. Ball from Josh Simmons, just belted into touch. Bit of a waste of a free kick. There really is a sense of hostility here at Illendon. Their side 3-1 down. After not doing too much wrong, and yet it's been the quality finishing, really, of APIA that's made the difference. Simmons, Parisi, and Payne will eventually applying some quite fantastic finishes to get the 3 goals for their team. Rockdale, for all their hard work and effort, haven't been able to find a second since scoring that half-hour mark. Meanwhile, Savor. Back to Chanak. El Hafian. Spreads it to Egger on this left-hand side. A lot of numbers had gone forward for the cross from Egger. He plays it back. Mikura. His pass cut out. Petrillo, originally caught on his heels a little bit. Makes the interception. Ball left behind, but well read. El Hafian never gives up on it. See him again sliding in, trying to win the ball for his team. Petkovski's going to leave this for Bratasevic. That's nice and easy. Payne appreciates the effort. Mikura trying to burst through the middle, loses out. Payne to Mickelhatton. APIA happy to slow it down somewhat, get a few numbers in the attack. Eventually it's turned over, and then again. 3 in the box for APIA. Mickelhatton running in there. Finds the feet of Payne. He's off balance and falls over. The ball wasn't cleared, but there is a foul, and the home crowd will just love that. Jurasevsky in so much space on this right-hand side. That ball not hit particularly firmly. Means the defence can shift across. APIA with 10 bodies behind the ball. Only Chris Payne staying up front. Can you really blame them? Hold on to what you have, and what they have is a 2-goal lead away from home. Getting a little bit closer to Wollongong Wolves. Good feet, Savor. Can't find a teammate. Some good triangles from APIA, Leichhardt. And Chanak is not a happy man. He's on a yellow card. Needs to be a little careful. It's a fine line between aggression and danger. He was only ever going for the ball, but when your opponent goes to ground like that, perhaps need to show a little bit of caution. El Hafian again, always fighting, and Jurasevsky, clever footwork, but he has 3 to beat. Mickelhatton. Jurasevsky with an earlier shove off the ball. Rockdale needing to press as a unit, really. There's a lot of individual efforts going on. Needs to be backed up by 1 or 2 of your teammates, otherwise you're chasing shadows. Chanak less happy than he was in the first half. He and Achino still having a bit of a conversation. Not anymore, because Chanak's come back to receive the ball. Tineski flicks it on well. And ball from Matthew Lecce. Payne tries to hold it up, can only find Lecce. And Mikura spreads it well. Jurasevsky outside of the left foot. And then he's collected, I would have thought. You know what's coming now. Lee Egger, the latest to go into the book. He's protesting the decision. Not sure if your left back should be protesting the decision made by a right winger or right attacking mid, but that's the way it goes. Rockdale do have the ball on this right-hand side. Al Hafian. Fantastic pressure from Rockdale. Header inside from Petrillo, however, turns it over. Payne tries to hold it up, does so. Now Achino. Lovely ball, the outside of the right foot. Parisi. Don't know if he's just run out of gas, but he could have gotten onto that with a bit more pace. Savor not taking any chances. Boots it onto the roof, and now we have it back. Kuta with the throw in for Apia. Parisi. Brilliant hold up play. Now Kuta into the area, drives it across the face. No one there. It's one of those. Is it a good ball with no one there? Or is it a bad ball because it's not directed at teammates? Whatever it was in a dangerous area. El Hafian wants the ball to Taneski. Finds him well off the shoulder. A sliding challenge this time will be a foul. Nasrabadi, the substitute, is the man to go into the book. In a decent position. I would imagine it would be Jurasevsky standing over it. Trying to go over the wall on this far side. With time running out, and if there is to be a Rockdale comeback, it needs to start now. He's actually looking to dink it. That he does! Teammates more or less running into one another, and in fact, they were offside. Mr. Morgan, the official, is going to have some unhappy home fans to deal with when the 90 minutes are done. Just like the players, like the commentators, we're all human and make mistakes. Unless you're Parisi, who's bursting through. He shifts it onto his left foot. Parisi through the legs of the goalkeeper. That is a filthy goal and full of class. Drifting his way through the legs of Bratisevic. That surely is game. That makes it 4-1.
Rockdale City Suns 1, APIA Leichhardt 4.
That will in fact be, if I'm not mistaken, his last part in this game. Indeed, Parisi jogs off the pitch and in fact all the way into the sheds as he's come off this near side. Quite incredible to watch, really. What a way to exit. That's a microphone drop if you've ever seen one on a football field. Dances through, scores between the goalkeeper's legs, celebrates. Comes off the near side and into the tunnel.
Replacement for the APIA Leichhardt Tigers, number 5, Franco Parisi. Number 10, Franco Parisi, being replaced by number 5, Nick Stavroulakis.
As you may have heard through the ground announcer here, big moment for Nicholas Stavroulakis. Dare I say, a good time to be coming onto the pitch as well with your side 4-1 up. Rockdale will need quite an incredible comeback to get into this. Teneski is the man standing over it. Teneski onto the woodwork. Good effort, Hadnasevsky sprawling. The follow-up from Jurasevsky, not so good. Teneski millimetres away from scoring on his first appearance back at Rockdale. Janak again looking for Teneski, can't find him, and then the follow-up from Lecce, not read by the number 10. It is potentially worth noting goal difference could play a factor, at least for Rockdale. APIA started today 20 goals behind Wollongong. You don't think that's going to be made up, barring a dramatic turn of events. For Rockdale, they started today -5. It's obviously gone out to -8, which is the 4th worst in NPL New South Wales men's. With that ladder so close, really means they can't afford to let this gap slide tonight any further. Indeed, even if they do bring 1 or 2 back, could really help their season, be the difference between finals football and not. Does not look like it will be their night tonight. Without doing a heck of a lot wrong, perhaps just some individual errors in defence, the difference. If you're a Rockdale Iron fan, you'd say some refereeing decisions as well. APIA Leichhardt, to their credit, well aware of what their opposition can do in transition, have made sure to defend nice and deep, not give them any space in behind. And in this second half, with that breeze holding up the ball, Rockdale's quick release has just been stifled. Necheski in no rush whatsoever. Egger doing well on the far side. Mikkel Hatton with a little bit of holding. A stoppage in play will enable substitution or 2 to be made. El Hafian makes his way from the pitch. Believe replaced by Howard Fondike. Hopefully we'll have that confirmed for you shortly. Tynan Diaz, the fullback, making way. I want to say Golisano coming on.
Tynan Diaz being replaced by
Teneski.
number 17, Sam Guzilano.
Goes to
Also
ground.
replacement for the Rockdale City Suns. Number 12, Idris El Hafian being replaced by number 20, Howard Fondike.
I'm sure how loud that PA is for you, but for me it's practically deafening. Regardless, I'll repeat the information. Fondike on for El Hafian, who couldn't have done much more, and indeed, Golisano coming on. Tynan Diaz, the final substitution made by the away side. 5 minutes of regular time remaining. Here is Von Dijk. His touch, not good at all, to be quite frank. Payne into the area. The number 6 for APIA makes it 5. That's 2 on the night from him. You have to say an unfortunate giveaway from Howard Von Dijk. Not what was required for his side. Chris Payne adding to his goal tally. He makes no mistake. And it's 5-1 to the away side. Really has been an exceptional second half performance from APIA Leichhardt. You can only play with what's given to you. If there has been any advantageous decision making, they've taken full benefit. Really has been the class and quality of Payne and Parisi that has made the difference. Quite a few Rockdale fans heading to the exits. Can you really blame them? They've seen enough this evening not to be here at Illingdon Sports Centre. Two extremely proud clubs here in the NPL New South Wales. 50th anniversaries and the like being celebrated. With that storied history comes pride, and on a night like tonight comes disappointment. It was a 4-0 defeat in round 4, the last match of Paul Reed. Last time these two sides met. It's a 4-goal margin again. APIA, after conceding the first, putting on a fistful of goals. No doubt Nick Barreca will have the video review out, looking at those individual mistakes that cost his team the goals. Tineski driving well. It is straight at Nesevsky. Drawing some applause from the home fans. Nikola Tineski starting as a substitute tonight. Will no doubt want to try and work his way into the first team. Rockdale, to their credit, haven't stopped running all evening. Does just feel like there's been a bit of distinction in the class of finishing. Attempted flick by Sean Simmons doesn't come off. Jurasevsky winning the foul as we approach stoppage time. Goal difference for Rockdale City Suns goes down to -9. All the teams around them in the table bar, Sydney United with a positive goal difference. Header onwards, Nesevsky. It's just not been their evening. Started so brightly, dominating possession in that opening half hour or so. But in this second half, APIA Leichhardt, as Ned Zelic would say, they've shown some individual brilliance. Release through Lecce. Brilliant sliding challenge to deny him. Tineski still has the ball. Tineski. He's not giving up on it. Little back heel. Jurasevsky near post, blocked away. Good defending, Apia. Lovely footwork from Tineski. Machino spreading it wide. Payne across the face here. Sean Simmons back stick.
There will be a minimum of 4 minutes added on to the end of this game.
Payne at the far post, couldn't get his shot on target. There will be 5 minutes of stoppage time to see this out. 5 really is the golden number of the evening. Here is the number 5, Stavroulakis. Unmissable in his headgear. Will be delighted to play his part. The end of a thrilling contest. I'll stop short of saying one-sided. Hasn't felt like that. Not on balance of play or possession, but indeed. Some wonderful finishing from the APIA front men. Nicole Haddon. Back to Achino. Petkowski reads it extremely well. Thinks about bombing forward before holding off. Lecce takes on a few. Chanak. Back inside. Jurasevsky. Claiming he got a bit of contact on the face from Mikkel Hatton. Referee says play on. Mikkel Hatton, not a big fella. Thankfully, it looks like Jurasevsky's all good to play on. Mikkel Hatton once more. Little dinked ball towards you-know-who. Payne with the strike goes just past the near post. One more from Payne, and he'll have himself a hat-trick. Parisi unable to claim such an honour tonight. He was substituted immediately after his second goal. Payne keeps rising up that goal scorer's ladder. Watch out, Thomas James. Teneski looking for support, has none. Brilliant challenge from Kuta, who's had himself a second half. Petkovski out to Teneski. Jurasevsky wants to play through. It's a lovely weighted ball. Decent challenge coming in, though. Jurasevsky thought he was going to take on the strike first time. Was cleverly denied. As the embers of this clash start to die out. It's one side full of smiles and swagger. The other dejected, disappointed. Thankfully for them, there's plenty of games left for them to get back into final spots. Meanwhile for APIA, they do not give up on this title challenge. That dramatic victory last week against Sydney United. A big win here tonight. What do the final rounds of the season hold for them? Good defending by Egger at the back stick. Jurasevsky searching for Teneski. Teneski with zero support whatsoever. That will be that. At Illingdon Sports Centre is the small amount of APIA travelling fans. You can hear cheering. Rockdale stunned into silence. A 1-0 lead. Jurasevsky scoring in the 33rd minute was cancelled out dramatically at the end of the first half. The final touch being applied by Sean Simmons. And then the second half onslaught. 4 goals. A double from Parisi. A double from APIA leading goal scorer Chris Payne. Means things finish 5-1 at Illingdon Sports Centre in the favour of APIA Leichhardt Tigers.
And we wish you a safe journey home and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you very much and good night.
Well done, mate. Good commentary. We'll get Garby's jobs, you know.
What a job though, right?
Hey?
What a job, just flying over here, flying over here. Used to work there.